What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Take a second, hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can follow us on all social media at MyCowboysFamily. And of course, hop into the Discord. The link for that's in the description box down below.
Hell yeah, as we keep rolling here tonight, second night, all right, back to back, baby. Monday, Tuesday, we're day 2 here of the week. Do a little Q&A with the family in the chat. And talk, of course, about the news, info, and updates of the day for our Dallas Cowboys. Should be a shorter stream. I know I always say that. Shorter stream usually means less than 2 hours. Less than an hour and a half is a short stream. So buckle up. We're going to talk about rookie minicamp coming up. Veterans getting ready, you know, for the OTAs coming in here, in 10 days or so. We're going to talk about that and more here in My Cowboys Family. But, baby, before we can even get going, before we can even get started here, let me open this thing up and shout out those that make the thing keep going round and round every day and night here in My Cowboys Family. You see them right there. Sponsor of the week at the bottom of the screen, Mr. Stewart. Much love to Mr. Stewart, of course. He has a takeover. That's the first time he's been repping the boards in any way. One of the newer members here, family members. Much love to Mr. Stewart, who is also...
Yeah, because he's not just
the
sponsor of the week. He's also
king.
the Cash App King.
King of the Cash App, yes. So much love to Mr. Stewart on those fronts. And also Mr. Mark Hovsepian, who is the stream boss for 10 straight weeks plus right now. So much love to him. On the holding that down, 94 points right now for Mark Hovsepian, but also he was in first place as we left off last night. We had a couple drops here pre-stream because the leader in the Cash App is the guy who had some pre-stream love here. $1.81 holler and a Go Cowboys from the great Jason Renfro. Much love.
You already know.
Much appreciation from him. Always on the boards, always around, always chilling, always doing his thing. Much love to him. And he also jumps into first place. Mark Hovsepian was in first place yesterday, but with that $1.81 drop, he is now in first place, skipping over Mr. Mark Hovsepian, currently in first place. So, again, much love to Jason Renfro as he's doing a little mini takeover there. Now, baby, I also want to shout out somebody else at the top of the board there, Scorpio and Skeptical Fan. These two guys are members here on the YouTube membership side of things. Check it out if you haven't yet. There's a link pinned in the description, and it's also in the chat. I mean, in the chat area. It's pinned in the chat area. It's in the description. So check it out. The membership is back. Super chats are back. There's other ways to help the channel out, but there's also the thanks way of doing that, and that's what the man who's staying skeptical did. Skeptical Fan, who is our #1 membership gifting leader right now. Much love to him. If you're in a membership, you can gift memberships now. It's a new thing that they gave to the channel, so much love there to Skeptical Fan and Scorpio. Skeptical Fan is running the show there, and he dropped two $2 hollers in the thanks on earlier videos from earlier today. One of them is about Deuce and MICAH. Another one is about Luke Schoonmaker. So we'll talk about that and more today. And as Jason Renfro drops in, he's also dropping another $1 holler in the chat to make sure he keeps that lead in first place on the overall board. Baby, what did the man say with that $1 drop?
Classic. Go Cowboys.
Oh, hell yeah. Now, baby, on top of that, what are the other ways of supporting the channel here, helping out the channel? If you don't want to go through Super Chat, if you're not a member, you don't want to do the membership thing, there's other ways of helping out the channel.
Of course, you have the Cash App, money sign My Cowboys Family, Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, the regular PayPal link, and the Streamlab link as well that lets your message show up right here on the screen like a Super Chat.
That's correct. So, again, on that note, guys, we're going to get rolling here and open this thing up to our newly dressed models here, baby. We're showing a little bit of, like, when we're not talking, we're kind of down. But when we talk, we seem a little bit more. I'm not really too excited there.
We're only down because there's not that much to talk about today. We want Cowboy news 24/7, 365, not 24/6, 365.
You got to remember that, you look happy when you're talking. So, and also, baby, there's we are, before we get into this thing, and by the way, Skeptical Fans, $2 drops there. One was just a Go Cowboys. The other one was a, the janitor comment in Luke Schoonmaker's video that we uploaded. So check that out if you haven't yet. But yes, the janitor. He's cleaning things up. Remember that.
How old Luke is. Like I genuinely keep forgetting that. So that's something else to keep in mind. We have a overaged janitor.
Yeah, but he's there to clean things up, get clean and hopefully open. And definitely, again, you gotta look at his origin of his name, and it's the janitor. So basically, he's gonna be cleaning things up for us here on the offensive side. And if you go to that standalone clip, you'll hear some of the ways that I think he's gonna fit in perfectly with our Dallas Cowboys. Whether you love the pick or hate the pick, or kind of like whatever it is, the important thing is that he seems to fit into the Cowboys scheme going forward in McCarthy's 30% changed West Coast styled offense. We'll see what happens. Now, baby, before I go any farther, let's do the shout-outs here in the chat. I'll give you the mic.
Well, let's go ahead and start out by shouting out Jason Renfro, who just dropped another dollar holler right here in the chat.
Much love.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. And a classic Go Cowboys.
Cowboys.
But let me see. I don't know if the drop went through yet.
Oh, not yet, but I got it, baby. Don't worry. It goes through.
No, it'll show. Because I don't want to talk over the sound, but it's okay. So we'll go ahead and do the shout outs here. Nate Rosario in the house. What's up? Thomas Garrett, the Superior. Garrett.
Much love, Superior Garrett. By the way,
representing.
The drop already happened.
Perfect. There it is. Let me see. We have, who else is here? Daniel Berry Sports. Hello and hi. Let me see. Dwayne Broussard, the top dog himself.
Hell yeah.
Mike Aldana, hello and hi. Spoonie Dog representing. House Nelson in the house. Let me see. We have Justin Coles, the Q man.
Q.
Skeptical fan, always staying skeptical.
Hell yeah. Our membership gifting leader.
Let me come back down. I think that's everybody here so far. As people trickle in, I'll make sure to do a few more shout outs here.
All right, it's a little late night for us here on MCF, but it is a quick stream today, and it's gonna be a couple topics we're gonna discuss on our Cowboys, and that's it. It's gonna be open and shut, but there is one little NFL piece of news that we have to at least bring up. So let me know when you want me to kick it off, baby.
No, I'm ready if you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's go, guys. Now, you guys remember Matt Ariza, drafted by the Bills, punter last year, rookie. And then he was, got charged for alleged underage rape, which obviously was an alleged gang rape. And that was obviously a serious thing as more information trickled out, supposedly. The Bills knew about this, and they still drafted him. And instead of staying with them, they distanced themselves, they cut him, and he was basically out of the NFL last year. Today, witnesses for the defendant, witnesses for everybody, for the defendant, for the victim. Every witness basically said that Ariza was not present for this alleged rape. So prosecutors said today Matt Ariza was not present when this alleged gang rape of a minor occurred at an October 2021 party. This is according to witness testimony that prompted the San Diego District Attorney to not press criminal charges against the former Buffalo Bills punter. Now, Ariza, again, former punter at San Diego State, was not visible in any of the videos recovered from that night in question. And according to multiple audio clips from a meeting between San Diego Deputy District Attorney Trisha Amador and the woman who filed the civil lawsuit last year against Ariza and two of his former Aztec teammates, all these recordings have been shown to the jury, to the judge, and basically the district attorney said that Ariza is, quote, alleged to have left the party around 12:30 and was not even at the party anymore when this alleged gang rape occurred at around 1:30 a.m., about an hour later. So, and that's through the video timestamps. So, all of this went down after everything was said and done, guys. It looks like Ariza is not guilty of anything here. The district attorney's office was also unable to prove that there was any awareness that the then, at the time, 17-year-old girl's age was known or her intoxication level was known. At least 2 other witnesses at the party allegedly heard the girl say that she was 18, while others say they didn't recall her age even coming up. This is all heard in the video, so it wasn't like it was said afterwards. Areza, punter that, again, now is going to try to get back in the NFL, has filed a claim against San Diego State University for damage to his reputation. And according to a document, this is all according to a document reviewed by actually ESPN, and also it said in the statement to ESPN, San Diego State said that the student's conduct investigation in the matter is still ongoing and a date of completion is not yet confirmed. So just to wrap it up, guys, the investigation started in July 20.
How is their investigation taking longer than the actual police investigation?
Isn't that something? Yeah, exactly. So the investigation proceeded in July 2022 after police told the university that doing so would not compromise the criminal investigation. So, yeah, criminal investigation is now done. The civil lawsuit's in the works, but he's out of this in any way. But except for the school, of course, they're still saying we're still investigating this. Now, why didn't this come out like last year when he was in college, or 2 years when he was in college? Why didn't this come out last year and a half ago? Why didn't this come out? I mean, I can't believe they didn't have the timestamp information. But maybe, the thing is that he had to go through this whole year of no football, ruining his reputation, and now, who knows what his life's going to be like going forward.
Look,
I hope he gets another chance. I hope he gets another chance in the NFL. That's all I'm going to say.
No, and look, we know that the court processes don't exactly move with the speed of light. It is extremely unfortunate for him, obviously, because he can't get back that time, and you also can't get back your reputation. There's always going to be people who doubt or believe otherwise. And again, that's why players have to just be very, very, very careful. But I don't even know what he could have done in this scenario. He wasn't even at the party for well over an hour before this incident happened. So I guess be careful who your friends are, be careful who you associate with, be careful who you hang out with, and check IDs at the door.
Yeah, that's crazy. And look, great punter. I mean, even as a rookie, every time he punted the ball, it was like a 90-yard punt. I don't think he'll have problems getting back into the NFL. It might have him take the long route. And, we're set at punter. We got a Pro Bowler here. I'm just saying, like, he's a guy I would not mind probably, having on our team if we ever needed a punter, which we don't, of course, need. So just throwing it out there. Now, let's keep it moving here, right to the power rankings. And I always say F the power rankings. These are the PFF. I guess they're a little more analytical power rankings, but right now after the draft, post NFL draft, PFF with their analytics and all that good stuff, here's how they rank their top 10 teams. The Kansas City Chiefs number 1, Super Bowl champs, obviously. The runner-ups, the Eagles number 2, the Niners number 3, the Bengals number 4, the Bills number 5. Those are the top 5 teams. The Jets all the way up with Aaron Rodgers to number 6, Cowboys number 7, the Chargers number 8, Browns at 9, and the Baltimore Ravens at 10. Now, I always say F the power rankings, but if you just want to use this as a guide to some of the better teams in the league, how about this? How about using this PFF power ranking? We don't really give that much weight to, but for the time being, let's just hold that in thought. Over 1/3 of the Cowboys games this year, our schedule, over 1/3 of these teams we're going to play. And remember, the schedule's coming out on Thursday. We'll be live for that. As far as the post schedule release, we will be live for that. But the important thing to note here, guys, is that the Cowboys, when it comes to the schedule coming up for them, guys, we have a third of our games, over 35% of our games will be against a top 10 ranked team by the PFF standards, by the PFF rankings. It's not going to be easy to reach the playoffs no matter how you slice it. But we do have one of the best teams out there, and this is just, to me, another preview of maybe what we can get ready for this year. Any thoughts about that? Maybe as we start looking towards this the scheduling.
I mean, realistically speaking, when you consider the way that things are within our division and just the NFC in general, to me, playoffs is, I don't want to say guaranteed, but we have to try really hard to not make the playoffs this year. Like, even if there's a situation where Philly beats us for the division and takes it over, the new NFL rules and the way things go, you're telling me that we're not going to have, a record that's going to be just as good as Philly's or just as hard to, beat. You know what I mean? So I easily see us being one of the top teams in the NFC, regardless of how things go. And that just, to me, inevitably means we're one of the playoffs. Like, that's...
Yeah. And
like I said, nothing in life is guaranteed, but it's about as guaranteed as you can possibly have anything be at this point in the season.
yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say is that, look, it's good. I'm glad that we play the tough teams, so-called tough teams. That gets us more playoff ready. If we make the playoffs, which I agree with you, we are still one of the... All right, there's a couple tough teams in the league, in the NFC and the AFC, a lot of them. All right, in the NFC, you're looking at the Eagles, the Niners, and the Cowboys. Out of these top 10 teams, that's what I'm looking at. Over the AFC, okay, there's 7 other damn good teams, but the Cowboys are at worst third in the NFC, and that means playoffs. And that also means a home game. Again, I know it depends on the Eagles, but I say that means a home game. And again, can we get that bye week? We're in the running for that in the NFC, and that's what matters. I don't care about the NFC East as much as maybe, I don't want to get the T-shirt for the NFC East. I want to get a Super Bowl T-shirt, and I want the Cowboys to get that 6. So,
oh yeah,
again, we got to beat 2 other tough teams to get to the Super Bowl. Let's go. Let's buckle up, Buttercups. Let's get this thing done. So I agree. That's why I was testing everybody out there, because I ain't scared about these teams. I'm not scared about the Eagles or the Niners. I know we can win the NFC. Forget the East. We can win the East and we can win the NFC. And then let's show and prove when it gets to the Super Bowl against one of these other 7 teams: the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Bills. The Jets? Question mark. The Chargers? I doubt it. If that happens, that means Kellen Moore is going to have a lot of hype. The Browns, the Ravens. Anyways, those are the top 10 teams on the PFF power rankings, and you see our opponents coming up this year. Now, we have an idea. We got to get some good, tough opponents. Good. I want to be ready. I want to beat these teams, and I want to be confident going into the playoffs, knowing we can handle business against the toughest teams in the NFL. So, that's me.
I mean, hey, one of the biggest complaints from just a handful of years ago was that the Cowboys only played crappy teams, and it's real easy to look like a superstar when you're beating up on a toddler. So now that we are going up against some of the toughest teams, complete teams, or even just teams that have specific maybe matchups that aren't as favorable to us, it allows us to test our mettle in a way that makes us feel more confident about our team, right? If we go out there and we beat a team like the Eagles, or we beat a team like the 49ers with their defense, you know what I mean? That does mean something.
Woo! I got to interrupt you because we got a gifted membership on the Man Staying Skeptical fan, and it's been gifted to Kenzie Bands in the house.
Ooh,
much
thank
love
you, Skeptical fan.
and appreciation. Yeah, Skeptical fan doing the thing again here on My Cowboys Family, gifting another membership. He's going to be up there on 13 memberships gifted. And if I'm correct here, the man is in first place on the overall board, baby. Domination.
There you go.
Domination.
Way to go, Skeptical fan. Much love to everybody here chilling, hanging with us.
That's the takeover right there.
Yes, it is. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I was going to say take over a little bit. I got to update the board here for a moment.
Okay. I thought you meant
no.
check the audio or something.
No, check the chat. Any quick questions? Oh, yeah, baby. Actually,
yeah,
I know what you... Baby, I know what you can do. Hold on. I know what you can do. By the way, Kenzie, enjoy that membership. I hope you put it to good use there. Navy Blue Crew, you can continue that, or you can... you can upgrade it or whatever you want to do with that one going forward. But much love to Skeptical fan doing his thing. I'm going to update the board. I do want to say one thing, though. I guess you can go on this, baby, right now. I know the people are coming in still and kind of, it's a slower night. But I want to say why we are doing a second stream in a row tonight. And tomorrow we are not going to be live. Now, baby, I'll let you take this over. But let's just say something very special happened 3 years ago on May 10th. And it happened here on My Cowboys Family as well. But, baby, what you want to talk about this? Not just 3 years ago, but also 10 years ago.
Yes, guys. Again, we are going live tonight because there will not be a live stream tomorrow. Mr. MCF and I will be celebrating our anniversary. Like he just said a second ago, 3 years married. And yes, you guys got to see that right here on MCF during the Panini. And yes, believe it or not, 10 whole years of Mr. MCF and I being together just in general. So, oh, am I echoing? Okay. No, it's okay. So, like I said, just looking forward to hopefully 10 more and many, many more beyond that with Mr. MCF here. And, just very glad that we were able to celebrate this special time together.
Yes.
And also kind of crazy to believe that we've been doing MCF, as of, or at least in another month or two, we'll be doing MCF for 6 years, which is also crazy to think about.
Years. 6 years.
So it does not feel like 10 years and it doesn't feel like 6 years, but it had really technically has been. So there you go.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And you see this again. We didn't do our wedding on live stream here, guys. Just in case there was a little confusion there. But it was the post-wedding live stream. We kind of just chilled, had some fun with you guys because it's part of the family here, and it was a great day. Unfortunately, it was a little bit messed up because of COVID, like you were saying earlier, baby. But yes, that's from 3 years ago today, or I guess today now officially, but tomorrow technically. And again, 10 years of us being together as a family, I guess you can say, since knowing each other. So fantastic. I love it. And baby, to another 40, 50 more, 60 more.
Okay. That depends on you.
Thanks.
if you got another 40, 50 in you.
Probably not, but hey, I'll give it the old college try. So
I'll make it happen.
So as we continue this thing, guys, thank you for stalling me in there for a minute.
Yeah, so by the way, thank you guys for the love in the chat. I appreciate that.
Oh, let me see. Oh, appreciate you guys. Tupac, Skeptical, Chappelle, Stephen White, Tyler, Thomas Garrett, everybody, man. Brandon James, everybody here. Thank you all for the kind words, the thoughts, and everything. And hey, we're gonna keep MCF going too here as long as we can do this. Hopefully clear of any kind of YouTube issues. Anyways, going on to the next topic, guys. The ACM Awards. What was that? American Country Music Awards. Dallas Cowboys today would announce that Dak Prescott and Emmitt Smith are going to be presenting these awards on May 11th, again, a Thursday. Schedule release day, of course, 8 p.m. This is a little bit later, I think, but it's the 58th annual ACM Awards. And yeah, Dak and Emmitt Smith will be there. I think they're presenting some awards there to the country singers. So we'll see what happens there. Just just so everyone knows, the Cowboys are in the loop there, player-wise, when it comes to a lot of these events going on. Now, let's get to the football side. Baby, I just touched on Dak for a second there. Now let's go to the running back spot and Ezekiel Elliott. I know I saw Brandon James Shea speak on it there. The Bucs, the Zeke update, the Zeke news, I guess you can say, that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers currently, according to Jeremy Fowler on ESPN, the Buccaneers are potentially interested in Ezekiel Elliott. So again, the thing that Jeremy Fowler kind of said was that the Bucs are looking for a running back behind Rachaad White as the number 2 to Rachaad White there. So again, they said that Zeke was an option for them, according to Jeremy Fowler. But also in this report, a return to the Dallas Cowboys is, quote, still an option, per this report by Jeremy Fowler. So obviously Zeke is saying, I would like, the Bucs are interested in me, but I also think the Cowboys are interested in him for the right price, and he's interested in going back to Dallas for the right price. Maybe holding off on anything else. Unless there's a great deal put to him, he will wait for the Cowboys maybe a little bit to see if maybe they will match an offer or come close to that offer.
Now, something that I haven't seen anybody mention in regards to the whole, Zeke to the Bucs situation, you have to remember, with the Bucs moving on from Tom Brady, or really, Tom Brady moving on from the NFL, it means that the Bucs are not as much of a contender as they obviously previously were. So if everything is the same and the Bucs are going to offer him more or less the same money that the Cowboys would offer him, I imagine that he would rather come back to Dallas because of the opportunities that we have in front of us, which is the polite way of saying the Bucs have no Super Bowl chance and we do.
And remember, Zeke still lives in Dallas. Zeke has a place there. He has a lot of connections to that. And when it comes to, I'm sure, advertising and other side things, so no place is better for Zeke than Dallas. He knows the coaches, the players. He knows his use will be similar as it would be in Tampa. So it's not like he's going to get a bigger opportunity there to start or play. They want a number 2 running back, and the Cowboys would get Zeke back as a number 2. So Zeke is really, this is where we have a little more control of the Cowboy front office. Now, the thing that I find interesting, so only one team has been mentioned here, 2 teams technically, but one team outside of the Cowboys, and that's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There is no interest for Ezekiel Elliott even after this draft, at least for maybe the price he's looking for, the contract he's looking for. But the Cowboys are always there in his hip pocket. You could always come back if nobody else gives you what you want. You come back to us for the you-know-what deal. $2 million or whatever it may be. So I'm just saying, this is the way it's going to go. He has to go find the best suitor, but he also knows that the Cowboys have something good here, and obviously the Cowboys are still interested. And the Cowboys, outside of the Cowboys, there's only one other team interested right now. So he's not going to have a lot of people fighting for his services, which makes it a bigger possibility. He'd take less to come back to Dallas, I think. So what do you think, baby? I guess we can move it on from here, but any thoughts in the chat about you?
I kind of said it already. If everything is equal, and if I was Zeke, I would also try to come back to Dallas. Something else that I haven't really seen brought up in this discussion either is, Zeke's connection with Dak. Now, of course, his friendship with Dak is not going to put money in his pocket or pay the bills or anything like that. But like I said, if everything is equal, wouldn't you want to go play with one of your buddies?
Another great point. Again, we both brought up great points on top of the obvious points. So I agree. I mean, that's another thing that's going to work to your advantage. And you have your buddy there. You're playing with your buddy. You're playing on a team. You know everybody. You kind of already know your role on the team. And it's going to beat. That's going to, again, unless he gets like $1 million, $2 million more from another team, the chance to win more games, to be more successful in a season, to also maybe be more successful after you leave the Cowboys if you come back for one more year. All those things are heightened, along with playing with your buddy and playing with a system that is all heightened if you come back to Dallas for Zeke. So a lot of great points, baby. So
just wanted to make sure I threw that out there as well.
Great stuff. Now I want to move on. I went from quarterback to running back topics. Let's go to receiver topic here real quick. CeeDee Lamb, first and foremost. He said, baby, through DallasCowboys.com, quote, I can't really put a ceiling on us. And he's talking about as an offense, as a wide receiving core. He said, quote, we can score from anywhere. Quite honestly, we just have to put it together. And that is true. We got to put it together. You saw some of this already occurring. Now, keep in mind, guys, right now, the Cowboys are technically not started. The OTAs, offseason training activity, or that's ready to they are ready to that's technically where we're at already. What, you sounds like you have a double audio there, baby. You good?
Okay. Why?
No, okay. I don't know.
I'm sure.
It was you or me. I'm not sure. I got a little feedback. But what I'm trying to say is that right now the OTAs have technically begun. It's been just off-season workout program, which acclimates them back to football form. So they just kind of do their own things. They are only allowed to work with the strength and conditioning coaches. That is it. They're not installing offenses and not running routes, that are conducive to the game plan. They cannot do any of that stuff right now until May 22nd. CeeDee Lamb, though, out there, again, our number one guy. But he wasn't the only guy out there. We had a lot of our receiving core on that field. And guys that I think are going to be very important to this team going forward, like the guy right behind him here, in Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, a veteran, the most veteran of all the guys on the field. CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks were there. The veterans are ready. Now, I didn't see Michael Gallup. That could just be, he'll be there for the OTAs when we're ready to go full blast. But Brandon Cooks there with CeeDee Lamb, and also a whole core of young receivers fighting for that fourth, fifth, whatever spots on the training, on the practice squad, whatever it's going to be. So we had guys out there in the field. You see in the photographs, Jalen Tolbert. You got Dennis Houston. You got Simi Fehoko. All these guys are putting the extra effort right now and trying to get on the same page in that wide receiving room right there. But I love seeing Brandon Cooks on that field. I love seeing CeeDee Lamb on that field. And these two guys, really Brandon Cooks the most in a way because he's the eldest. But our number one is CeeDee. Brandon Cooks is the elder statesman. They are going to help get these young guys in order, in line, I think, to give them the best chance to beat each other out for a spot on the 53 for the depth of the receiving core and maybe even sneak into the practice squad for one or two of these guys. We'll see what happens. I'm talking about guys not even in this picture, not even in this level yet. A guy might sneak into from the depth, from like maybe a practice squad guy. He might jump into that 53, and a guy that might have been cut might jump into the practice squad. So you just never know. But Brandon Cook's going to direct these guys the right way. CeeDee Lamb, of course, also one of the leaders of the offense. I'm excited about seeing these guys kind of working together. What do you think, baby?
Sorry about that. I was trying to make sure we didn't have that double audio issue from earlier. No, I mean, again, I'm just as excited. Real quick, I did want to actually hit up the chat a little bit, not to roll it back too much to the Zeke stuff, but I did want to know what the chat had to say here. So Tyler said, I'd take Zeke back. Skeptical fan said, Dak can pay Zeke under the table. Tupac with a mohawk, much love, saying Zeke would have never had the career he had without the Cowboys. He needs to just come home with a pay cut.
Hey,
so, and Kevin Bill, of course, saying here, no more Zeke. Time to move on.
A lot of different viewpoints on Zeke. I don't mind Zeke fighting for the Ronald Jones fullback, short yardage running back role. If he can beat out the other guys there and you get a cheaper deal, I'm down with that. Outside of that, there's no need to force him back unless, we know that Jerry Jones is not going to overuse him if he's getting paid $2 million. He's going to overuse the guy who's getting $10 million. And that's Tony Pollard. So,
of course. So, and yes, James, absolutely. Jimmy should have been in the Ring of Honor years and years and years ago.
Yeah, that's probably a jinx that's holding over our heads right now from that. So, again, great to see the receivers together, trying to learn, fighting for that depth spot, the fourth, fifth guys. They got to perform. They just can't, be good guys. They got to actually play well. So we'll see how these young guys, get going here as not rookie camp. All these guys aren't in the rookie. I didn't talk about none of the rookies here. The rookies will have their own rookie camp, but as we get these guys integrated and they start working together on some things, that's when we'll see. May 22nd is when we're going to start seeing the first looks of all the receivers in the group here, including these young. They're still in the league a couple of years or a year or two. Jalen Tolberts and all these guys, but we're going to see those guys if they can take over that fourth and fifth receiving spots. Now, there's younger guys even, like rookies, right, that I want to discuss here real quick. And the main again, I'll show you the whole draft, I guess. Here you can see the whole draft board. I'll cover my face up, which is probably a good thing. But I want to talk about Eric Scott Jr. all the way down there at pick number 118. Just a quick little mention. I know we touch on these guys every once in a while, but I wanted to say that number 37, and that's his number now. When you look at the Real Analytics, it's another analytical company there that does these the football breakdowns, and his maximum speed was in the 60th percentile. His time to max speed, 17th percentile. Average yards yards allowed was he was in the 85th percentile in locking guys down as far as yardage allowed. And average transition time, 69th percentile. Now, these are very strange, different numbers. When you add it all up, guys, his complete score is an 85.0. And him being a sixth-round pick, maybe this is what Dan Quinn was looking at. But his in-game, this measures in-game athleticism. He scored an 85 in a game. That's basically his overall score for in-game athleticism. It's an indicator. That he has the development traits that will translate into the NFL to be a contributor. And under Dan Quinn, with the longer, bigger kind of guys, which is exactly what he falls into that category, he has these traits that show he can develop a lot easier and translate to being a Dallas Cowboy kind of solid cornerback. So what do you think about these new numbers? I saw these analytical traits, and I'm like, wow, interesting that maybe this is something. Maybe this was the way that Dan Quinn was looking at a true guy you can mold, and raw talent that has the natural born traits, the length and height. You can't teach that. He has the speed as well when he did it without the injury, when he ran the 40. But it's more about the in-game athleticism. That's something you...
And again, we have seen that general trend going on with the Cowboys as far as like some of the metrics they're using for guys that they're looking at. But in particular here, you're right. I mean, the athleticism has to be one of the biggest motivating factors.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, no, and it has to be these kind of numbers. That's why I'm trying to find a reasoning for why would Dan Quinn really bring him in. So again, he has these analytical numbers for the in-game, athleticism, and he's a guy that has the dimensions that you want for the Dan Quinn wants in his defensive backs, cornerbacks. So I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to bring that up. Now, I will this is the last thing we got to talk about, guys. I told you it was a quick day. Yeah, look at my face. I'm like, what? It's a quick one here in my Cowboys family tonight, but I will stay with this, the Cowboy draft picks, and you go all the way down to the other 6th round pick, and you guys all know him, and you guys love him. A lot of people are overhyping him, in my opinion. It's Deuce Vaughn, pick number 212. Great player. Great player in Kansas State. He's going to be, I think, a great player in the NFL if he's used properly, and again, it might take a year or two to get the full usage. Now, I do trust Mike McCarthy in getting that job done, but this is not about Deuce Vaughn as much as it is about someone named Micah Parsons, guys. Micah Parsons and Deuce Vaughn. Now, I'm sure you guys watched the video, right? I uploaded the video earlier this afternoon. I think I was one of the first people to upload it, so check it out if you haven't yet. I'll also have a short up as well. But watch the Cowboys, Micah Parsons. And baby, you saw this too. He was doing a quickness speed drill. Him and Deuce Vaughn and Jamar Chase of the Cincinnati Bengals, a fantastic athlete in there as well, but a wide receiver, a running back, and a defensive edge rusher in Micah Parsons, teetering to 255.
So it sounds like the beginning of a joke or something.
He's teetering on 255 pounds. 245 at the end of the play of last year. Now he's at 252, 253. He won't go over 255, but he's a lot bigger now, right? How is that? We talked about it yesterday. Is that slowing him down? Well, again, guys, these guys are all working out together. Jamar Chase from the Cincinnati Bengals, wide receiver, and Deuce Vaughn also working with Micah Parsons. They're all working out in Austin, Texas with Tim Riley. Tim Riley is the director of sports performance at Collective, which I discussed that the other day. That's where he's working out at in Austin, Texas. Micah Parsons said previously that he would work out away from the team, guys, and we discussed this as well. He was bulking up for this obvious expected move to full-time edge rusher, although last year he was what? He had 170 snaps, not at off-ball linebacker, and the other 800 snaps were at edge rusher. So he's already an edge rusher, Micah Parsons. But now he's bulking up to handle the rigors of that position, right? So he's going to join the Cowboys, of course, May 22nd for the OTAs with the team to get ready for this year. He's acclimating on his own with other people like Jamar Chase and Deuce Vaughn, for example. And he's going to be back for the OTAs when the coaches can meet with the players. But Deuce Vaughn, he's back at the Star later this week. You guys know why. I said this in the title, the rookie minicamp. Kicking it off, guys, on I think it's the 4th. Is it the 14th? I think the 12th, 13th, and 14th. It's all this weekend. I think it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Deuce Vaughn is going to be there with all the other drafted rookies, all the undrafted rookies, and a couple invitees, and guys that they're bringing in to check them out. So again, Vaughn's going to be there at rookie minicamp this end of this week at the Star, and there's going to be a Fort Worth-based analytics firm that currently, recently they used next-gen video tracking technology to determine that Deuce Vaughn has we talked about it for Eric Scott. But Deuce Vaughn has the 3rd highest in-game athleticism of any running back in this year's draft class. So the point I'm trying to make is Deuce Vaughn is the 3rd best athletic running back drafted this year. That's pretty big. When you look at this next generation kind of video tracking technology, he has an elite change of direction. This is what they're saying. And it puts him in the top 1% of nearly 4,000 running backs in this company's database. All right, top 1%. He's elite. He's elite when it comes to change of pace. Change of direction, and he's elite 3rd highest when it comes to athleticism. So that's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with Deuce Vaughn, right? He's 5'5", he's tiny, 176, whatever he is. But who's the winner of this speed drill? And if you saw this video, you know it already, guys. But it was Jamar Chase up front, Micah Parsons in the middle, and at the end was little man 42 here, Deuce Vaughn. And again, baby, I know you know the answer. You watch this. It's pretty unbelievable, don't you think?
I know, pretty crazy when you think about it, yes.
Micah Parsons, I mean, it's only 30. The clip is 13 to 15 seconds long. But there's a lot to get excited about if you're a Cowboy fan like myself and you guys out there. Guys, a linebacker. First, a linebacker is just crazy as it is, but a linebacker who's now going to be a defensive edge rusher and got the weight up for that. Micah Parsons. He posted that little clip there, and of course we brought it to you guys in different ways. I think he put it on the Instagram story, but what makes it noteworthy is that who he's working out with and how he does. And again, Jamar Chase, you see the clip, running the speed drill. It's a change of direction kind of drill. And obviously that's one of Deuce Vaughn's best things, right? You also got fantastic receiver Jamar Chase there, right? They were going at it. When you look at the video, without a question, standing next to Micah Parsons and Jamar Chase. Chase is 6 feet. Micah Parsons is 6'3". Deuce Vaughn is 5'5", and he looks like a little kid. I'm gonna be real. He looks like a little child standing behind Micah Parsons. But Vaughn's quickness, guys, is everything as we know was supposed to be coming out of Kansas State. All right, he's right there at the same spot as Jamar Chase. I mean, these are athletic receiver, running back guys, and Deuce Vaughn is one of the most athletic change of direction guys in this draft. But the thing that sticks out the most is Micah Parsons. Because Micah Parsons, 252 pounds plus right now, beats both guys. And I'm talking about Jamar Chase, wide receiver, and much less weight. And forget about weight, 176 and 5'5", Deuce Vaughn, who I just broke down how he is like analytically, in-game, athletically, whatever you want to call it. He is above and beyond, change of direction guy. I mean, it's incredible. Jamar Chase up there as well. And Micah Parsons beats both of these guys out. Again, scary thing for every opponent we're going to be facing when they see Micah Parsons as an edge rusher and can be this agile and still be this much bigger, stronger, and still keep up the quickness and the speed, the change of direction. It just keeps getting better with Micah Parsons. Now, I don't know, am I over-hyping Micah? Hell no. This is facts about Micah. He's one of the best players in the league, and definitely a best player on defense in the NFL. I think almost every team, if they had to redraft the defense, 99% of them would take Micah Parsons as the first pick. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. So, baby, any thoughts about this video that was released today by Micah and the amazing ability, agility, and speed that this man has compared to a wide receiver who's a top of his game elite receiver and an elite athletic change of direction running back like Deuce Vaughn? What do you think, baby? What's your thoughts on this?
That's just Micah doing Micah things, right?
I know you want him at running back, don't you?
Oh, technically that's what he wants to do. And like I said, I'm not opposed to one singular snap there. But yeah, honestly, Micah Parsons is just one of those like freaks of nature. I mean that in a bad way. I mean that he is genuinely built different. So that I do think I have to include his brain in that built different, right? He just has such a hungry mindset. But yeah, you can go ahead and put him up against Deuce Vaughn and Jamar Chase, and he's still going to come out on top just because there's no way he's going to lose. So, but yeah, I love to see it. I love to see him kind of just, I guess, I'm just saying, like, this is the Micah that we've gotten to know and love these last handful of weeks and months and years and all that. So I'm looking forward to seeing Micah continue to beat other people at their jobs.
Now, as we get ready to close this out here, I know it's 45 minutes in, right? It's a quick one tonight. Let's hit up the chat real quick, baby, on some Q&A and some comments on these and other topics. But I know James Hurst said that earlier that Ezekiel Elliott would be great to still have, give you 600 yards and some pass blocking. I agree there. I think James Hurst said that, Parsons needs to show it in crunch time and clutch time. And, Micah was banged up with the hand injury, the leg injury a little bit, right? But the key, I think, is that he's bulking up to be able to absorb a little bit more of the beating there. as a full-time, basically that's what he was last year, a full-time edge rusher. So I just think he's just getting himself more, a little bit bigger and better to be able to handle the rigors of an edge rusher. So he won't be kind of, tired and beaten up at the end of a game, kind of like what James Hurd is saying. But anyway, hit up the chat, baby.
Let me go ahead, hit up the chat. And guys, take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all social media at MyCowboysFamily, and make sure to hop in the Discord. The link for that is in the description box down below. So, and now real quick, James Hurd is saying Parsons needs to show up when it's clutch time. Again, I know this past year, maybe it seemed like MICAH didn't show up as much when we quote-unquote needed him to. But that is a direct result of, unfortunately, teams not just scheming for him better at the D-line, but us not really doing anything more outside of just throwing MICAH on the D-line, and that's, you know what I mean? So he was, I don't want to say overloaded, but he's mentioned it several times. Playing on the D-line and having that type of workload is very different than other positions in the NFL. So honestly, I think he kind of needed that acclimation year of getting used to basically being, a defensive edge full time, which he's going to be. That's a given.
That's already written now. Yeah,
exactly. So, I do hold out hope that the Mozzie pick as well will bring out the best of MICAH. So you'll definitely be seeing a lot more clutch MICAH moments this year. By the way, yes.
That's a great point, by the way.
I see you dropping that emoji.
Yeah, I love that. That comes from Skeptical Fan, so much love from him. And in the gifting today, guys, he did gift a membership, so much love to Skeptical Fan. He dropped a couple thanks as well. Much love to Jason Renfro, dropping a little bit of love here and in the Cash app as we get ready to shut it down for tonight here. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying, baby. I think that first year it was we're trying to figuring out what MICAH was going to do and acclimating to the NFL as a linebacker, off-ball linebacker. He did a great job in that. Again, one of the not the best linebacker off-ball wise, definitely a top 2-3 guy up there in his rookie year. Plus adding the edge pass rush, and then you saw last year going full edge. I just want to see him being moved around a little bit more. I want to make it harder for opposing offenses to target and plan for how to defend or how to block Micah Parsons. If you keep him coming up on the left side every play for the whole game, you're misusing him. And I trust Dan Quinn in doing it right, so maybe we're going to see him on the left, on the right, sometimes over the center. That would be like a blitzing linebacker to me. And that's kind of what I mean when I say I like to see him going at the quarterback. But I want to see him an edge rushing, but I also want to see him moved around and making the opposing offenses struggle and keeping up with him. So they don't have to go chop block him, legally chop block him, and legally, double team him every play to wear him down.
Let's not give other teams the opportunity to put us in that type of position.
Exactly.
So, Jason Renfro, real quick, guys. Yes, we've said it a few times now, but the schedule officially releases this Thursday, May 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So adjust accordingly to your time zone or everything else. But we will be posting the actual schedule shortly after it comes out, and then hopefully going live not too long after that to discuss, of course, the schedule and what that means for us and any other Cowboy news that happen to come across along the way.
Yeah, again, tomorrow is our 10-year anniversary, I guess you can say, as far as...
Well, technically today now.
True. It is officially now. But we're going to take off tomorrow, and we have a nice night planned with each other and also the family as well. So we're going to be doing family stuff tomorrow, as you guys obviously understand, I'm sure. And, unless something crazy happens, I might jump on. Yeah, I'll run away from the wife for a minute, and I'll do something real quick just to make sure everyone's updated on things. But if nothing major happens, if some Joneses are talking, some BS all the time, we'll save that for the schedule release live stream. But of course, we talk about the schedule release. We hopefully will have some kind of plan when it comes to, I'm hoping the Cowboys will have a schedule that's convenient in the way it's set up. But in the end, who cares? If you're a real team that's going to be able to truly win a Super Bowl, then Doesn't matter when they play you, who you play, and when you play them, so long as you play well and win and play consistently. That, you know, if you play with a lot of consistency, the Cowboys have the talent to win a lot of games in a regular season and make a run at the Super Bowl for number 6 and beyond. That's just me. That's me.
Hit now, shot, real quick, and thank you, Cactus G. I appreciate all the love and the appreciation here in the chat. And baby, do you have anything else to add in there before I start doing some of the shout outs here?
No, you can do the shout outs, but make sure you Q&A it up a little bit. So you know, any questions or thoughts, we'll definitely give it as we get ready to roll out here in the last 10 minutes of this stream.
You see, so we have, of course, Cactus G. Just shouted him out. Jason Renfro, much love to you. Let me see. And yes, this Thursday is the schedule release. So Thomas Garrett, the Superior Garrett, saying it's going to be 7 o'clock Nashville time. So there you go. Like I said, adjust accordingly to your time zone. James Herr, much love. What's up? Thomas Garrett, the Superior Garrett. Skeptical fan always. Staying skeptical, of course. Jason Renfro, much love. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. Tupac with a mohawk in the house. Have a great night. Xavier Hidalgo. See, Roland White. Take it easy. Thomas Garrett. Superior Garrett. I think I shut him out already, but just in case, you get an extra shout out. Kevin Bilbo representing. Let me see. Yeah, that's actually as far back as I can go. So just wanted to double check that. So again, to every single person here who took the time out of their night to come and hang with us, do take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can follow us anywhere and everywhere at MyCowboysFamily. But baby, anything else you got to add in there?
Yes, of course. You know what I got to say, baby. I got to say that the sponsor of the week and the king of the Cash App is represented by the one, the only, Mr. Stewart. Much love to him coming over last week and taking over here at My Cowboys Family. Much love and appreciation to him. And again, first time ever representing the board here on MCF. So that's an extra special shout out for Mr. Stewart. He's repping it this entire week. Oh, and Jason Renfro coming in right at the buzzer here. Because there's another shot. A dollar holler here, baby. Let me guess. Did he say go Cowboys?
He did say go Cowboys.
Hell yeah, go Cowboys. Much love to Jason Renfro, who is also, you know, he dropped a little love earlier through here and also dropped a little bit of love in the Cash App. And he is currently the leader in the Cash App, trying to get that crown from Mr. Stewart. Much love to Jason Renfro, who's currently in first place there and currently in second place on the overall board because Skeptical Fan is currently first place on the overall board, coming for that sponsor of the week after his gifted drop today. Much love, much appreciation. Oh, and before I can even go, baby, another drop. Even though he's getting closer, he's still in second place. First place, though, on the Cash App board, Jason Renfro with a dollar drop, a dollar holler, and a go Cowboys from him. Much love to Jason Renfro here at the buzzer, dropping in, trickling in a little bit of love from above, man. Appreciate you, Skeptical, Jason Renfro, the people dropping the love again. Congrats to Kenzie Bands, who's in the membership now, and again, the whole week's worth of family members like Mark Hovsepian, 91 points on the stream boss. He's dropped the love here earlier. Temmie Soltis back in the membership. And, you know, just got a shout out again. Skeptical Fan got the lead on the membership gifting, leaderboard there for the month. Scorpio on there as well. Guys, thank you for doing what you do. And, baby, why do we do what we do here every night on My Cowboys Family? Why don't you let us know this time? What is it about?
It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
Hell yeah. Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly here. I know I got my hat off, but we're wearing and repping, and always it's about that star over everything. Never forget the number one thing here on our little channel on YouTube, win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly, all that good stuff. But number one thing here on this channel, here in My Cowboys Family, never forget, here, now, and forever, as always, Go Cowboys!
Go Cowboys!
Good try. I like that. I like the different way you're doing it. I know. I like the way you're doing it. Guys, thank you. We need to get that 6 and beyond, by the way. Thank you all for dropping your knowledge in the chat all night long. Truly need that to get the back and forth rolling here. So thank you guys on that side. Scorpio in the house here. Jason Renfro, Stephen White. Thank you. All you guys. Can't do this without you guys. Drop those emojis as on the way out of here. And also thank you for dropping the love from above. Again, Skeptical Fan, Jason Renfro, making the thing go here tonight. So appreciate you guys once again on that side of things. On that note, maybe it is time to clock out officially here for the night. And before we can relock and reload for the schedule release officially on Thursday, May 11th. So we'll be posting a video for just the schedule, and then we're doing our live stream later that night and catching you up on tomorrow's, and of course the earlier part of the 11th on Thursday's news of the day here on My Cowboys Family on our later live stream. But baby, before we can drop out for the night, let everybody know what we gotta do.
Gotta drop the beat.
Ooh, beats. Beat has been dropped here in My Cowboys Family. Thank you, baby, for doing it here again for us. Closing the stream out right, an hour's worth of news, info, and updates here on My Cowboys Family on our Dallas Cowboys. Hit that like, guys. Everybody in the house, hit the like if you haven't yet. Subscribe if you're new. Notification bell, you know what to do. So you can catch us on every single live stream and video we drop here on My Cowboys Family. Of course, tonight, all the info we dropped here. Q&A style, but it was really about the speedsters, right? You think I'd say, receivers, running backs, edge, cornerbacks. No. Talking about an edge rusher in Micah Parsons, beating the likes of Jamar Chase and Deuce Vaughn. Anyways, we talked about that much more here on My Cowboys Family, here in MCF, and some of your questions and answers, and we try to supply and kind of give our impressions on things. Guys, thank you for joining us here for another one. We'll be back for more on Thursday night, guys. Never forget the number one thing here at My Cowboys Family. Everyone stay safe. Much love to all. Have a good night. Remember us here at MCF. We'll be rocking with you once again on Thursday, talking to the news, info, and updates. So again, guys, have a good one. See you in a couple. Stay safe. We'll be enjoying our 10 years of MCF, being together. And, of course, 3 years of marriage is great. Thank you all for the well wishes, guys. Appreciate that. We're out of here, though. Have a good one. Peace out. Take care. And never, ever forget. Go Cowboys!
Monk on the beat.